Okay, let's talk about a word you've probably heard 1,000 times, maybe even used yourself: glory. But what does it actually mean? It feels like this big, powerful, kind of mysterious idea, right? Well, today we're going to unpack it. We're going to break down what it is and, maybe more importantly, what it looks like in real life.
So, let's just jump right in. Before I give you any formal definition, just take a second. What comes to your mind when you hear the word glorious? Is it an incredible sunset, maybe a huge victory in a game, or even a piece of music that just gives you chills? Whatever it is, just keep that thought in your head as we dive in.
All right, so to really get a handle on this huge idea, we got to start with the basics. First things first, what is glory? At its core, the whole concept is actually pretty simple. The source material tells us that glory, well, it really boils down to one thing: impressiveness. Yeah, that's it. It's that weight, that significance that just makes you stop in your tracks and pay attention. It's not about being showy or flashy. We're talking about something genuinely powerful, something truly significant. But impressive, that's a big word, right? To really get what that means, a definition on a screen just isn't going to cut it. We need to see it. We need to feel it. We need to witness a truly outstanding display of power and presence. So let's do just that. Let's take a trip back in time to see a moment that was, well, epic. Okay, so our story is going to take us to the foot of Mount Sinai. We're here to witness one of the most powerful, intense displays of glory ever recorded. So try to picture this. You're there. You're not alone, not by a long shot. You are standing with millions of other people, all crowded together at the base of this huge, towering mountain. I mean, the sheer number of people is just mind-boggling. But believe me, what's about to happen is so much bigger. And then it starts. A dark, heavy cloud just rolls in. It comes down and completely swallows the top of the mountain. You can feel it in the air, right? That sense of anticipation and, yeah, maybe a little bit of fear. You just know this isn't some ordinary storm. Something huge is going down. And then you feel it. First, a little tremble under your feet, but then it grows into a violent shake. The entire ground is moving. We're talking a massive earthquake, maybe even volcanic activity. This isn't something you're just seeing. It's physical, it's raw, and there is absolutely no denying it.
I mean, it is a total sensory overload. That dark cloud, it's now just exploding with flashes of lightning. You've got booms of thunder that literally shake you to your bones. And then, cutting through all of that chaos, is this sound. A sound you've never heard before. It's a deafening, non-stop blast of a horn that feels like it's coming from the sky itself. And this right here brings us right back to our definition. That whole experience, the sights, the sounds, the feeling of the ground shaking, that is glory. It's an overwhelming, powerful display designed to be completely and utterly impressive. I mean, can you just imagine being there? There would be zero doubt in your mind that you were in the presence of something incredibly powerful. Okay, so that was huge. A massive, spectacular moment from history. But what about now? How does a concept that big, that ancient, actually apply to our lives today? How do we go from just being in awe of something like that to actually doing something about it? Well, it turns out the source material breaks it down for us into 3 really practical steps. Obviously, giving glory today isn't about making lightning and thunder happen. It's really about communication. It's about acknowledgement. First, you tell others about that awesome power. Second, you share the qualities you find so impressive. And third, you give credit where credit is due for any accomplishments. Let's zoom in on that third point for a second. Giving credit. Because this is way more than just saying a quick thank you. It's about this fundamental idea of recognizing that maybe, just maybe, our own achievements aren't, well, they're not only ours. It's a huge shift in how you think, right? It's about attributing your success not just to your own effort, but to a strength that comes from somewhere beyond you. And this final idea really brings it all home. Glory starts as this super impressive display from a higher power, right? But the circle only gets completed when we reflect that impressiveness back by giving credit. It's the difference between just being a spectator, like the people at Mount Sinai, and actually being a participant. So that really just leaves us with one last thought. Where in your own life can you give credit and become a part of that glory yourself?